I've been hiring PR talent at every level for the past 2 decades, from interns to vice presidents. And let me tell you, I've seen it all. In fact, I've been doing a lot of hiring in the past few months, so I've got some fresh, practical examples to share with you today. Communications and PR has never been more important. The world is becoming increasingly complex, and we need people who can craft a narrative and explain the why. We are all drowning in data and information, but very few of us are able to form meaning and coherence from all the noise. So whether you're new to PR or looking to level up, I want to help you nail that interview and stand out. Let's go over some of the most common questions you'll hear in a PR or communications interview. Keep in mind, some of these are going to depend on the specific area you're interviewing for. So if you're looking to nail a role as a consumer PR intern, you're going to face a very different set of questions than someone who's applying for a director of crisis and issues management role. But most of the time, the questions are designed to test your knowledge of the industry, your experience, and how you handle pressure. Here are a few to keep on your radar. Number 1, how do you measure the success of a PR campaign? Number 2, what's your experience with media relations? Number 3, how do you stay updated on industry trends? 4, how would you pitch our company to the media? And 5, tell me about a time you handled a PR crisis. Now, let's break down how to answer each of these questions in a way that showcases your expertise and fits the role you're interviewing for. Number 1, how do you measure the success of a PR campaign? This question is all about metrics. You want to show that you understand the impact of PR beyond good press versus bad press. It also demonstrates your analytical skills. PR is not just a creative field, although it is certainly that. It's also data-driven. I have a strong preference for people who understand and can articulate the difference between outputs and outcomes, for example. Outputs are the tangible results of your efforts. Think of them like the actions taken. Outcomes, on the other hand, are the actual impact or effect of those outputs on your target audience or business goals. Outputs would be things like number of media pitches sent. Outcomes, though, would be the number of click-throughs to your landing page because of the earned media use occurred. It might be awareness. It might be message pull-through. There's also a long-standing view that PR is hard to measure or can't be measured or it's just fluff. So it's important to me when I'm interviewing candidates that they understand the need to tie everything back to the business objectives of the broader organization. So here's a suggested answer. I always start by understanding what the business is trying to achieve. More customers, more loyalty, more frequency. And then I build a PR dashboard from there, looking at things like web traffic, overall sentiment. I also look at how well we met the campaign's original objectives. An answer like this can show the interviewer that you speak the language of business. Number 2, what's your experience with media relations? Media relations is a core component of PR and it's essential for maintaining a strong reputation. So they're testing your ability to build and maintain relationships. So a strong answer here could be, look, I've worked with both local and national media. I regularly pitch stories and I really work to build long-term relationships with reporters. I've also managed press coverage for events. I believe the key to great media relations is consistency and knowing how to offer stories that align with their audience. You want to show that you know how to craft a story that resonates and that you're familiar with the media and content landscape out there. Number 3, how do you stay updated on industry trends? This one is a staple because staying current in a field that is always changing is absolutely critical. Your answer here should demonstrate proactivity and curiosity. It can also reveal your resourcefulness and adaptability to new tools and new platforms. So you could say something like, I stay updated by following industry blogs, I attend webinars, and I keep an eye on social media trends. I also network with people in the industry, and I regularly review the latest PR software tools. how would you pitch the company to the media? This helps me as an interviewer assess your understanding of the company, and it's also your chance to showcase your creativity. It's a great gauge of your audience targeting and storytelling abilities. It helps me see if you can match the company's strengths with media interests and then tailor your story to fit, a platform or a publication style. So you could say something like, I'd pitch your company by focusing on the unique value you offer. So for instance, I'd emphasize your recent commitment to innovation and generative AI and align that with current industry trends to make it really newsworthy. This is a hot topic among consumer and business outlets like Forbes, but I'd also target media outlets that specialize in this, like TechCrunch, to maximize coverage. And then 5, tell me about a time you handled a PR crisis. With this question, they're really looking to see how you operate under pressure. So you might focus on a specific situation where things went wrong for your client or your business, explain the steps you took to address it, and most importantly, talk about the outcome. So for example, I was working with a client who had a product recall and the media was all over it. I immediately gathered the internal team to draft messaging that was transparent, but focused on the steps we were taking to fix the issue. We managed to control the narrative and ended up receiving positive feedback for our transparency. Okay, how to prepare for a PR interview. Now that you've got a feel for the types of questions, let's talk about how to prepare. Research is key, and you would be surprised how often people show up to an interview without having any idea about a recent announcement or initiative you just launched. So know the company, know their recent media presence, and take a look at current campaigns that they're working on. I also always try to, come to the interview with ideas or suggestions or recommendations on how you can help strengthen the story or elevate the brand in a different way. Don't forget to review your own past experiences also so that you can quickly reference examples during the interview. Things like biggest failure, proudest accomplishment, those are good ones to refresh yourself on. And here's a pro tip to finish off. Think of your job interview the same way you'd prep a spokesperson for a media interview, right? So what are the few key messages you really want the interviewer to remember about you? Don't just let, the questions drive the conversation. Bring it back to those key points you want to emphasize. Whether it's your, ability to manage crises or through chaos, your success in, media relations or your passion for storytelling. Keep circling back to what sets you apart because, just like in a PR interview, it's yes, you want to answer the questions, but you also want to make sure that you're reinforcing what makes you different. Remember, you're not just reacting, you're leading the conversation. So go in with confidence, stick to your key messages, and take control of the narrative. That's how you nail a PR interview, at least with me. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to, comment any questions you might have below about PR careers or interview prep.